Well, 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 look at us. Almost done with April. And then the Justin Timberlake memes are coming out. Oh, every time I see that meme, I go, it's pretty good. Someone thought of that meme and probably didn't make a single dime off it. But boy, ain't life just flying by. And we're all going to die. We are all as close to death as we've ever been. Isn't that a bummer? Gosh, I hope there's an afterlife. I think there probably is for Christians. But I have some non-Christian friends I'm really going to miss, and some gays. But the rest of us, I'll see you guys on the other side. This episode of Laser Show, this podcast contains lasers that may trigger seizures in photosensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. This is Laser Show.
Pump up the volume, dance.
Good day, good morrow, good blessings, and good turkey to you, Laserheads. Welcome to episode 51 of Laser Show. I am your esteemed host, Gucci Greatness, the Fabergé Fiend, Dr. Drip, Guac Daddy, three-time, fuck damn it, Ryan! 3-time Employee of the Week, 1-time Employee of the Month, inaugural at both, and third alderman of the and second alderman. I just took a nap. You can hear it in my voice. I got up from the couch and immediately grabbed my phone and started recording a podcast. I should have walked around a little bit. Maybe drank some water, gathered my thoughts. But I don't have time for that. I'm the second alderman of the 3rd Ward of Cass County, Missouri in 2024, 5? I don't even know. Maybe I've lost it. Maybe I've lost my touch. Maybe I've lost my mojo. Anyway, my name is Ryan O'Flanagan. By the way, when I do that, that's me slapping my ass. My juicy black ass. I will take a sip of water. Oftentimes lately I'm reminded of the importance of water when I don't drink water for just an entire weekend. If I have things to do, I've got a birthday Friday, I've got a friend in town Saturday, I've got people watching sports on Sunday, and then there's 3 days in a row where I will just drink heavily and then wake up too hungover to drink water. That'll make me throw up, and then I got to go back out and do it again. And then what will happen is my eczema will flare up. Got a little spot of eczema. I keep calling it eczema. I haven't gotten it checked out. Just a little spot about this. Oh, yeah, I was talking about this, I think, on a recent episode. Yeah, it's just right on my belly here. Yeah, it's just right on my belly. It's about the size of a quarter. About the size of a Sacagawea. And, boy, when I don't drink water, and I hate drinking water. I wish we just didn't have to drink water. I don't enjoy it at all. Some people love it. They carry around their Nalgene. Oh, I drink water all day. I love drinking water. I drink it all day. I have to put water on my daily list of things to do, to check off. Otherwise, I will just never drink water. I don't want to. I'm never really thirsty. And if I am thirsty, I don't want to drink water. I want to suck down some juice. Nothing better than being thirsty as hell. You ever just go out for a night and drink, and then you wake up in the middle of the night or the next morning so thirsty? Hot take, I enjoy that. Because I like getting out of bed, going to my fridge, and sucking down juice. I love guzzling juice. Versus guzzling water, there's zero pleasure in that. I also like when I wake up in the middle of the night and my arm is completely asleep. And I love to, and it's a little scary at first. And it'll usually happen when you randomly sleep with your arm just completely above your head What are you doing in your sleep that would ever put you in that position? But sometimes I'll wake up, bicep completely inside my ear. Why is it? I'm doing it right now. I never do that at any other point when I'm awake. My arm does not, it's completely dislocating my arm, my shoulder. And I'll wake up like that. Maybe I had a dream I was back in school and I had an answer. Maybe I had a dream that I was in school and I had to go pee-pee. And I was going, teacher, please. And she just won't look at me. I'm going to piss in my pants if you don't see me, please. One time, but I do enjoy the moment of waking up. My arm is gone. Someone took my arm in my sleep. The arm thief of West Hollywood. And then you realize, I do still have an arm. It's just completely numb and asleep. And then you just get to roll your arm, fling your arm off the side of the bed, and then let it fill back up with blood. I love that feeling. I don't love the feeling, but I like that activity. I think it's fun, scientifically, to just feel your arm come back to life. I think it's probably good. It's like fasting for your arm, which I think is good. Completely deprive it of blood for God knows how many hours it took to get to that point. And then give it some blood back. It's like fasting, which people apparently say is good for you. Feeling alive again. But I don't enjoy that same feeling with water. I just don't. But anyway, if anyone wants to take a look at my little Sacagawea-sized rash, it really came back in a big way this weekend because I did not drink any water for an entire weekend. Probably can't do that. But anyway, I'm happy to be back from this nap that I just took. It wasn't very good. Didn't have any cool dreams or anything. And now I have to take a shower. I nap so hard I have to take a shower after. Wake up with a cold sweat. Oh, Jesus, where am I? Who am I? I had one of those moments last night. I had a little sleep paralysis last night. That doesn't happen often. But sometimes when I have sleep paralysis, if you go back to episode 1 of Laser Show, as you guys know, I sometimes get a little bit of sleep paralysis. It's been pretty good lately. I haven't had as too many episodes, but I had one last night. Not a bad one, just kind of, just a baby guy where I couldn't really move. And it didn't take long for me to be able to shake it off and wake up. It wasn't a big scary one, but I was in bed saying to myself, where am I? I have no idea where I live. And I was like, Ryan, think, where do you live? Where do you live? I hear someone playing hip-hop music. I hear a car pull up into the area outside wherever I live. And it was playing some hip-hop music. Cool stuff. So I was imagining, like an Altima. And the car turned off. And in my mind, I'm thinking I'm back on Valley Street in Seekonk, Massachusetts. When I'm in that state, I think I'm in my childhood home. For some reason, that's what my brain does. Whenever I have dreams about being anywhere or living anywhere, it's always in my childhood home. I'm always there, in that room. I guess that's the only time my brain ever really fully worked. But in my mind, I'm like, who in the middle of the night is pulling up into the driveway playing hip-hop music? Not anyone in my family. I think, we're about to get robbed. I got to wake up and protect my family. Not a lot of people are blaring hip-hop music in Seekonk, Massachusetts at 2 a.m. So I was scared. Then I shook it off, and I looked around the room, and I go, oh, yeah, you moved to L.A. 16 years ago. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's fine. Oh, I can go back to sleep. But anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome to Laser Show, episode 51. Only one new sponsor this episode, and they would like to remain anonymous. But they would like me to pass along a simple message to all of you. And Lord knows there's not a lot of you, so this message is falling on not a lot of ears. I can't even say deaf ears. I have to assume there's not a lot of deaf people listening to this podcast. But there's not a lot of people listening to this podcast at all, so what do I know? And the message is simply this. Joe Namath is the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL. This new podcast sponsor has requested to remain anonymous. I won't say their name. I will tell you that I call them Dad. What's up, Dad? That's right, folks. Dad's a sponsor. Doesn't need to do that. Kind of has sponsored most of my life. But thanks, Dad. And that's the only new sponsor this week. Shame on all of you, but it's okay. I have some cool news. A couple cool things have happened. First of all, I got a haircut. Folks, I think I'm just a short hair guy. I'm sorry. I'm just a short hair guy. You know, mixed opinions on it are what I receive. Not that it looks bad, just that people like long hair or longer hair. If you have the hair, and I still have hair. I'm blessed enough to still have hair. Lord knows I've been taking hair pills though. Who knows what I would look like if I didn't take hair pills? I'm 37. But I still have hair, so if you got it, hey, flaunt it. So I've tried to grow it out a couple times. And if anyone came to see me on the road a couple weeks ago, you know, man, it's just, once it gets to a certain length, it just looks fucking dumb. And the longer my hair gets, the harder it is to not look dumb, to not look terrible. One gust of wind and you're ruined. And I just like having shorter hair. It's so much easier, and I think it just looks better. It's a real hairstyle. That's not like a made-up hairstyle, which is what I start doing. And also, people say, whatever happened to your curly hair? What about that big your big curly curls? The old Dead Kev. We've been posting old Dead Kevin videos lately, revisiting some of the hits. When I say we, I mean it's just Jack. Jack is re-editing vertically all the old Dead Kevin videos and shortening them for this new generation's pitiful, pathetic attention span, taking 3.5-minute videos, making them to about a minute. So kind of, taking out a lot of what makes Dead Kevin, but they're getting some views. But then I look at these old videos and I go, man, look at that glorious hair I used to have. The thing is, yeah, if you let my hair go for a while, it gets all curly, pube-like, some have said. But once you cut it short and you start just styling it short and combing it straight when it's short, and you grow it out and you're combing it, you kind of just train it to not be curly anymore. So it grows in kind of just like straight. And that just doesn't look good on my head. The older you get, having long, straight hair. If I could get my curls back, if I could instantly snap my ass, if I could instantly just clap my butt cheeks and have my old curly hair back, I would try it. I don't know how good it would look, though. Now that I'm middle-aged, some might say prime of life. But anyway, I got a haircut over at Handsome Devils. Shout out Handsome Devils in Hollywood. Hey, you just become friends with a guy, he'll give you haircuts for $25. This guy gives me the hookup. $25? For a cut that I think is pretty good. But I've been debating, I was in the middle zone of my hair. I was like, do I just stick with it, get through that tough middle area, and then come out the other side and have glorious long hair? Or do I just I'm so sick of looking bad all the time, and so I'm just going to go cut it. Recently, I went to a bar with some friends before I got the haircut, maybe a week before, and I took a Lime scooter there. So the wind was, blowing through my hair, and I showed up to the bar, and I looked just awful. And a friend of mine says, "Oh, what's up with your hair?" And I was like, "Oh, why does it look bad?" And he was like, "Yeah, did you do it like that on purpose?" Yikes, that's not good. I said, "No, I took a scooter here, so the wind was blowing." He's like, "Oh, that must be it. Yeah, it looks pretty bad." So then I was texting other friends that are coming, like, can someone bring a hat? So I decided ultimately to go get it cut all the way. Cut it short, cut it down, make it neat. I just like it neat, dude. You reach that age, I'm not wearing shoes to look cool. I'm wearing shoes that are comfortable. Same with my hair, dude. I'm not trying to look glory. I'm not trying to look like Jason Bateman. That guy has just a great head of hair at an older age. So I cut it short, right? Thank you, Matt, my barber. You know what? That's a sponsor. This episode's brought to you by my dad and also my barber, Matt. Because his haircuts are like $60, but we see each other so much because I walk by all the time, and then now he does it for $25, and he washes my head at the end. Yeah, try not to pop a boner when this guy's massaging your scalp. No one does that. No one massages my scalp wetly anymore. So he gives me a haircut. I go back home, straight home, walk into my home, and I have to do a self-tape audition for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Great show. And I immediately just get my little light out, pull my little screen down. I got a little self-tape screen. I log into WeAudition. That's a great little site that I've been using. WeAudition, which is just a site. If you're any actors out there, need help finding a reader for self-tapes, WeAudition's great. It's just got a bunch of actors on there you can connect with, and they'll go live right away, and they'll read with you. And you pay them whatever. They can set their rate. They're usually like $15, something like that. Find this fella, "Hey man, I got to do this quick self-tape for It's Always Sunny." Just mere moments after getting my hair cut, I still have little cut hairs in my ears, in the top fold of my ears. I didn't even shower. I went straight into the self-tape. Felt pretty good about it. Felt pretty good. Feeling confident with my new haircut. Not worried that I look fucking stupid. I might look specific. Short hair is pretty specific. You can't do much with it, obviously, so you're kind of locked into, this is what I'm going to look like if you cast me. But anyway, next day, find out, guess what? I booked it! That's right, folks. I was booked on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Definitely, easily. It's unlikely I'll ever get cast on a show that I am like a bigger fan of than this show. And I'm not even like the biggest fan of that show compared to many people, but I actually like that show. And most other shows that I've been on, I have never seen. Abbott had never seen it. New Girl had never seen it. The Orville had never seen it. Other shows had not existed yet. American Vandal had not existed yet. So this is certainly, it was cool. Holy shit, I got cast on a show that I've actually watched before and that I enjoy. And not only that, but that show was like a big inspiration to my sketch group, Dead Kevin. We loved those guys. We would talk about them all the time as kind of a model. And every fucking male sketch group that's trying to sell a show, make a show, uses them as their model. Always Sunny did it. They just made their own pilot, and then it was really good, and then they got a show for 18 years. That can happen, certainly. It also won't. But we love these guys. But I was very excited. Couldn't believe it. So, shout out to this haircut that I immediately booked the coolest thing I've ever booked. 20 minutes after getting this haircut. Okay? So I don't want to hear it. Why don't you grow your hair out? Why'd you cut your hair? Eat my soft shit. I like this hair. I think I'm just sticking with it. So I book Always Sunny. Hell yeah. And then, so I go into the fitting. I'm just going to tell you all about how it went because it was really cool. It was a great day. I went into the fitting, which is in a building on the Fox lot. And I walk in to, it's up on the 5th floor of this building, and they just say it's in this room on the 5th floor. And I walk in, and there's this girl there working with some clothes. And I walk in, and I say, hey, I'm here for a fitting. And then she says, guess what? She says this to me. Okay, Baywatch? Ho, ho, ho. Okay, haircut. Okay, haircut. I got girls asking if I'm on Baywatch. Okay. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I say, no, I wish. I'm on the silly slapstick comedy. Actually. So I went down the hall. It's down the hall. Do my little fitting. And the shoot is, in the next day or a couple days from then or whatever. Pretty cool. I'm really not nervous. Because I just, well, first of all, I have a friend on that show who's a script supervisor, and I saw him like the a couple days before, and he was like, "You're gonna love it, dude. They're so nice. They're so cool." And I feel like I know them a little bit just because I've seen them more, as opposed to other shows I've done where I'm like, man, I don't know anyone's like names on this show. I've never really seen the show. I try to do a little research, but I don't know if I fit in. But I'm like, I feel like I can say some stuff. I know Charlie Day is from Rhode Island. That's something. I was born in Rhode Island. That's at least one thing I can say if I get the chance to say a thing. And also, get this, the casting agent who casted me, her name is Wendy O'Brien. She's been mentioned on this podcast before. She's the one who mediated the conversation I got to have with Kevin Bacon. She was also present at that script reading that we did for that movie. Remember that? Briefly tried to get me to meet Kevin Bacon. Immediately got out of there. Didn't know what he was talking about. Didn't seem to want me there at all. Talking about horses. You never know when you're going to get a sick horse. We had to pick up this horse on the side of the road. Kev, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I am going to leave this conversation. But anyway, Wendy's the best, and she loves me. And I don't know why. Probably because she's an O. She's an O apostrophe like me. We got to stick together, us O's. But she sent me a very nice email after I booked it. And she said, you are amazing. I saved the email. So I was like, I want to have this forever. It was so nice. She was like, you are amazing. You're so talented. And the Always Sunny guys, they love you. I was like, what, really? And then she forwarded me what Glenn Howerton had said when he got all the self-tapes. And it says, let's go with Ryan O'Flanagan. He nailed it. Me and the guys are big fans of him and his crew. What? The Always Sunny guys watch Dead Kevin. What? How? And why don't they follow us? How are they finding this and watching enough to the point where they would remember me and know me? Us. But yet not follow. Just watching from afar. I mean, that's crazy. So I, of course, told the guys, like, guys, how many years have we talked about how we want to just do what Always Sunny is doing? That'd be the dream. And then they like us. How sick is that? And very nice of her, of Wendy, to forward that along. That really was very nice. She's the nicest person in the whole world, truly. But anyway, so I show up to set on the shoot day, and I go to my little trailer, and then I'm just chilling in my trailer, and they don't need me for a bit. They're shooting a scene before my scene, And the scene is just Rob Mack, and he's like in a prison. He's like, making a phone call and visiting hours at this prison. But then someone comes to my door and she's like, "Hey, do you want to go watch before? You don't have to, but if you want, you can come to set early. You can like watch." I was like, "That's cool. Hell yeah, I want to go watch Always Sunny be filmed." So I go to set and everyone's so nice to me. And they're like, "Oh, you must be Ryan. Yeah, I heard you were coming to watch. Come over here." And they bring me around. And it's the whole crew, and they're filming. Then they give me a pair of headphones to just like listen to like what's going on. How sick is that? Like I'm a damn producer. I started ordering people around. "Get me a cheese sandwich. Chop, chop. Post haste. Hey, I work here. Can't you see my headphones? Don't talk back to me. I'm listening to the show. Get me a cheese sandwich, pipsqueak." So very nice, very welcoming. I thought it was so cool that they gave me a pair of headphones. And then before you know it, it's time to film my scene. My scene, I don't want to ruin anything. It's going to be, I believe, this coming season, which is episode 8, or season 18. I'm on episode, I believe it's 5. I don't know if anyone would care at all if I gave anything away. I'm sure they don't give a shit, but I'll just tell you that. But my scene is really cool, and it's it's just one scene, but it is the opening scene of the episode. Cold open, me, Laser Show's Ryan O'Flanagan, and it's me, and then it's the whole crew. It's Mac, it's Charlie, it's Glenn Howerton, it's Danny freaking DeVito, and it's my old friend, Caitlin Olsen. Caitlin Olsen, who I worked with, when I shot a quick little cameo on High Potential. Another show that I had not seen. See, another example of that. Happy to be there. Happy to send in an audition. I don't watch the show. I don't even know what it is. I thought it was a show about weed. But I got to shoot that, and also still haven't seen it. But, my God. Oh, jeepers creepers. Look at this absolute hottie patootie, cutie patati walking by my apartment right now. Should I yell something at her? I saw her dog run by. I thought, that's pathetic. What kind of self-respecting human would own a dog like that? It's the size of like a Subway sandwich. And then this absolute bombshell. Maybe I'll take a picture of her right now through the window and I'll post it on Instagram when I put this episode out. Don't look at me. I hope she doesn't look at me. I'm standing in the window with no shirt on. Well, flex. I just don't want her to see my eczema. Yeah, just walk away. You're making me nervous. Just walk away. I love you. Walk away. I love you. Please walk away. Don't look at me. I love you. Phew, she's gone. God, I loved her. Thank God she'll never talk to me. But so I meet the gang. First person to walk over and just be friendly as hell was Charlie Day. He just like big smile on his face. "Hey man, I'm Charlie. What's up, man? Ryan, thanks for having me." The person who talked to me the most was definitely Glenn. Glenn came over to the table. My spot was at a table. And he just came over to the table. He was just talking to me at the table just about, his family. And he lives down in like San Diego area now. And talking about life a little bit. Didn't really talk to Mac at all. And then Caitlin Olsen, of course, I go up to her and I was like, "Hey, I'm Ryan. I worked with you on High Potential. I was a heroin addict." She goes, "Oh, yes, yes." And she was super nice. So now we have a relationship. And Danny DeVito's not there yet because he's Danny DeVito. He doesn't get there until he absolutely has to. And so we block out the scene. And then I go back to my trailer. They go, "Okay, now we're going to set up the lights and stuff. You guys go back to your trailers." Go back to my trailer. And then when it's time to start filming, they come get me and I go back out. And now Danny DeVito has arrived. And I love all those guys. But obviously the most exciting thing is you get to meet Danny DeVito. Come on. Come on, twins. Come on, big fish. So then I come in, I see Danny DeVito, and Glenn immediately sees me come in. He goes, "Ryan, do you want to come meet Danny DeVito? He's kind of a legend." I go, "Yeah, dude." And I go over and I meet Danny DeVito, shake his hand, nice guy. just a little old man. And I told Danny DeVito, hey, brother, yesterday, and this was true, yesterday I auditioned for a Jersey Mike's commercial. You know, Danny's been doing those Jersey Mike's commercials. I go, yeah, so funny, man. I was just doing a scene yesterday that you would be in. He goes, oh, which one? I was, yeah, you're in like a bus, and the bus is tipping off a cliff, but the weight of your huge Jersey Mike's sub is like keeping the bus from falling off the cliff. He goes, oh, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, we're shooting that one soon. And then Glenn goes, Danny, you make one phone call, you can get this guy. You can pay this guy's rent for 6 months. Danny goes, oh, yeah, maybe. I was like, that'd be cool. Would that be cool? That would be very cool, and also I'd feel a little bit bad. I do feel bad about any kind of slight nepotism. Is nepotism just family? Or can that just be getting hooked up? Nepo, the base of that, the Latin root. Does that have to be related? Anyway, any sort of special treatment, sometimes I do feel bad about. A little bit, mostly not. But I'd be like, man, it'd be kind of cool to just get along with Danny DeVito. Then he just throws me on this commercial. Anyway, I got a call back for that commercial the next day or the day after. And I wonder if Danny actually made a call. And then I did not book it. So if he did make a call, they either didn't listen to him or the call was, do not cast this guy. We had a really bad time. But we filmed the scene. It was trippy as hell because it's all 5 of them sitting at the bar, Patty's Pub, and then it's me, and we have like a scene, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's whatever. I'm like a straight man, and they are all just like being Always Sunny, and they're all just talking over each other and improvising. It's pretty chaotic, and I'm kind of just playing the straight man, a little bit overwhelmed by how wild they are, and then it ends. It ends in pretty wild fashion with D, Caitlin Olsen, smashing a bottle and then chasing me out of the bar. So, check it out, episode 5, season 18. And then, so after we're done, and I was texting my family. I was like, guys, I'm on a set. I'm on Always Sunny. I want to get a picture so bad, but I don't know if I'm going to have the cojones to ask. To get a picture, because you don't want to look unprofessional. You want to act like you've been there before. Hey, great working with you. See you at the next thing we work on. Because of course I'm a working actor like you guys, so I'll probably see you around Hollywood, huh? But chances are, yeah, I'm never gonna see you guys ever again. And I really want to get a picture because I really like you guys. So I was saying goodbye after, and they moved quick, dude. We did a few takes. She smashed maybe 2 bottles. And they just, all right, that's it. Let's move on to the next. They move very fast, not trying to get the perfect shot. Just get in, get out, try to be funny, and then let's go. So as I was saying goodbye, I gave Caitlin Olsen a hug because we, of course, have a history. We're very close. And I gave her a hug. And as I gave her a hug, I go, is it lame to ask for a picture with you guys? And she goes, no. And she looks over to the gang. She goes, guys, Ryan wants a picture with us. And they're like, yeah, get over here. And they put me, I would have gone on the edge. Then Glenn was like, no, get in the middle a little bit. And I got a picture with the whole gang. It's the greatest picture of my life. Danny DeVito just giving a cool thumbs up in it. Everyone looks great. It's also was taken on my phone, and it looks better than the pictures that I take. I don't know if did this guy use a feature? It looks like it was taken on a new phone. I think I don't know how to use my own camera on my phone. It looks very crisp and good. And my pictures look like shit. Maybe because I cleaned the camera before I handed it over. Because I really didn't want to fuck this up. But I got a great picture with the gang. And then as I'm about to leave, people start singing happy birthday. What the fuck? To me? No. Turns out it was Mac's birthday. And they give him a cake, and he blows out a candle, and he gives like a speech. And I'm just like there for that. And I'm like standing next to them. There's like the whole crew, and everyone's singing and clapping, and then the whole cast is there, all their little group, and I'm just like also standing there, just smiling awkwardly. Oh yeah, sorry. And then Rob posted a video on Instagram of like that moment. Someone took a video of that, and then it pans over to me, and I'm just like standing there. So if you go to Rob Mack's Instagram and go back to his birthday post from April, I think it was like the 14th. So he must have posted it like the day after. Text day, a little text day post. And then it just pans over and you just see me standing there all weird. Which a couple people saw and messaged me like, "What? Why are you in this video?" Yeah, just been hanging out with those guys. But I went over and talked to Charlie Day for a little bit because he's from Rhode Island. I was like, okay, that's something we can talk about. I'm from Seekonk, Mass. How often do you get back to Seekonk? Oh, a couple times a year, maybe. How about you? Yeah, same. Then he goes, I love your videos, man. I love those videos you do where it's all like nonsense words. Charlie Day watches Fan Question Friday. What? What is going on? That's so sick. And according to Glenn, they're all fans. They're all fans. Definitely not Caitlin, because she didn't even know who I was, and I was on her show, and we've acted together. So I think it's just the guys. And then afterwards, I leave, and I go back to my trailer, and I change, and I'm walking back to my car. And before I walk back to my car, I see some of the people that, God, I don't know what anyone's like job title is. I'm so bad at that. But it was a couple girls that were leading me around and were nice and telling me where to go and stuff. So I went over to give them a hug and say, thanks for having me. And then as we're standing there, Danny DeVito comes by on his little motorized chair. He gets around on his little motorized chair. And he stops at me and he goes, hey, what was your name again? And I said, Ryan. He said, Ryan what? And I said, Ryan O'Flanagan. Nice to meet you. And he said, Ryan O'Flanagan. Okay. Then he shakes my hand. And I said, it's an honor to work with you, man. This is really cool for me. He said, thank you. And he left. And I wondered in that moment, I mean, regardless, that's really cool that he stopped and wanted to remember my name. But also I was like, I wonder if he's asked my name so that he could just get me on that Jersey Mike's commercial. But he didn't. So that was cool as hell. And once that I'm able to post about it, which is when the episode will be out, which I think is probably in the fall, maybe. Then and only then will I post the greatest picture of my whole life. You guys got to see it. It's so cool. Just everyone looks good. It's just awesome. It's just the greatest. It's right up there with my picture with Patrick Mahomes. Speaking of which, oh my God, remember when I shot a commercial with Patrick Mahomes in 2022? So yesterday I had a callback for I'm pretty much on a hot streak right now. Had a callback for a Hyundai commercial. And in callbacks, a lot of times the director will be in the room. And I walk into the room and the director, and there's like 8 people in the room. And the director goes, Ryan, do we work together in Kansas City or something? And I look at him, I was like, oh man, you were the director on the Patrick Mahomes shoot. He said, yeah, that was a really weird commercial. Yeah, it was a weird commercial. It was so weird that it didn't air. And that was the start of 4 commercials in a row that I booked that never aired. And then I had to work at a movie theater. You started this. You started my downfall, you prick. But anyway, I got on a Vail, which is a good thing. That means I'm down to the final 2 people they're considering. But I feel like today would have been the day I probably would have heard about that, and I didn't. So not looking great. But hey, fingers crossed, that could be cool. Maybe it's not over yet. Hopefully I hear something tomorrow. That'd be great. But in other news, I simply have to hurry up as I'm meeting the guys tonight. The guys and I are we're going to a trivia night, but we're gonna get there early because, well, it starts at friggin' 9:00, which is a really late trivia night. But I have this game I want to play. I just got several games in the mail. One of them is called, it has just surpassed Uno as the best-selling game on the shelves today. It is called Flip 7. And this game, and I'll tell you how I learned about this game. I learned about this game because this guy reached out to me on TikTok and he goes, "Hey man, I work for this game company. We make a bunch of games, including Hues and Cues, which is a game that I had literally just played, and my friends and I play that. Sometimes it's pretty fun, and a few other games I had heard of. So I don't know if you know any of those games, but I would love to develop a game with you." I'm like, brother, you are speaking my language. I love game nights. We love inventing new games that we make up. I go, yeah. We do a Zoom. He pretty much just reveals, "Hey man, yeah, so my idea is basically I want to do a game that's based on your Fan Question Friday videos. Just like jumbled word nonsense." So I wanted to, and I was like, that would be wild. Very cool. I was thinking of just like other games. I wasn't planning on talking about that, but okay. And then I had some ideas, shot some ideas back and forth on email. Then he goes, "Well, I got to talk to some inventors or designers, and we got to figure some stuff out before we move on. You got to sign an NDA." Oh, shit, I signed an NDA. I guess I probably can't. Well, I didn't say any of my ideas. But he was basically like, in the meantime, we got a bunch of games. Let me send you like a pack of some of our games. And he sent me 5 new games. And the one I'm like, he goes, "Our biggest game right now is called Flip 7. I go, "What's Flip 7? And he goes, "You don't know Flip 7, you fucking rat bitch?" "No, brother." He goes, "It's overtaken Uno on the shelves. It's the highest selling game on the shelves right now, you idiot prick." I said, well, in Uno's defense, when's the last time anyone bought Uno? Everyone has Uno. If I were to guess, more households have Uno than have Flip 7. But I said, I don't know what it is. He sent me a video. He goes, "I'm going to send you a video of like how to play it. Just so you can see, just because I love games. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll watch it. I love games." He sends me a video. It's a Smosh video, and it's like 35 minutes long. I go, this is not how to play the game. This is a group of people playing the game in its entirety. And guess what, folks? I watched the entire thing. I was completely enraptured. So I've been really looking forward to receiving this game and playing it. And me and the boys are going to play it tonight. Other games I got include Tacta. That one's definitely not funny. This one is like connecting cards that have similar symbols on them. Definitely not funny. This one's funny. How many what? How many what? The hilarious game of measuring stuff with other stuff. How many gallons of milk tall is a giraffe? Stuff like that. And funny enough, the example on the back of the box, it says, how many blank tall is a giraffe? And then it's got 8 things that you have to measure. How many of those are a giraffe? Solo cups, gallons of milk. You go down to 6, Danny DeVito's. And just so you guys know, and it gives you the answer, Danny DeVito a giraffe is 3.3 Danny DeVito's tall. And if you were wondering about the others, just to let you guys know, just to run through these, a giraffe is 40 solo cups tall, 19 gallons of milk tall, 15 English cucumbers tall. What's that? Is that just a classic cucumber? As opposed to a Persian cucumber? Persian cucumbers are exactly the size of my penis, by the way. They are 5.2 Siberian tigers tall. I assume that is a Siberian tiger standing on all 4s, because those, I think when they stand up, are very tall. They are 4.4 Rosetta Stones tall. See, this is the kind of shit that I was thinking of when I was asked to try to make a game. I want to think of like just objects. How many Fabergé eggs tall is a giraffe? Okay, how many of those little clipped hairs after my haircut tall is a Siberian tiger? Okay. It's 3.3 Danny DeVito's tall, 3.2 Cleopatra's tall, and 3.1 Prince's tall. Prince, the singer. Because if you just say princes, how many princes tall is it? I don't fucking know. Oh, princes. Oh, like Prince. And then there's some other games that I don't feel like talking about, but I'm very excited. It's Telestrations. Everyone knows Telestrations. And then Blank Slate. Blank Slate, I had a friend say, was fun. Looking forward to that. But yeah, tonight we're playing Flip 7 for an hour before trivia starts. And we're pretty smart. Sometimes we're pretty in the running. And let me tell you, I contribute absolutely nothing. If they have some sports trivia, really just football, yeah, look to me. I got you, hopefully. Sometimes there's some geography I can do pretty good. Literally everything else in the entire world, I don't know anything about. Doesn't that suck? And that's why that's probably why I'm tens of thousands of dollars in debt. I think you probably got to know some stuff and make some stuff happen. You got to know stuff to make stuff happen. You got to know stuff to look good. You got to look good to play good. You play good, they pay good. But first, you got to learn some stuff. And I don't know any stuff. Okay, what else okay, we're about 45 minutes in here. Let me just check, see if I had anything written down. Okay, well, I just want to tell you really quickly to wrap things up here. I haven't posted about it, but I'm doing a run of comedy shows up in California, up in the Bay kind of area. I'm doing a Sacramento one, a Santa Cruz one, and they're all don't tell comedy shows. So it's cool because I don't have to fucking promote. But I will. But it's not required. I love when it's not required. I love not promoting. Because my promotions, they always just get so few views, and you go, "Oh man, I feel like a bit of a loser." See when these hot shots really post their tours and they'll get thousands of likes. Oh my God, you're going on tour. For me, it's really just you guys. It's really the Laserheads that are really excited to see me. But if anyone lives in the Bay Area, May 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, I believe is what it is. Unless I book this Hyundai commercial, and then I think I'll have to skip the 6th. Well, I just jinxed that. But yeah, Santa Cruz, and then one is like up in San Francisco, and then one is somewhere else. Check it out on RyanO'Flanagan.com. I have all those up there. So if you're in the area. And then at the end of May, hey man, we're doing it. We're going to Cleveland. We're going to Canton. We're going to Cassopolis, Michigan. We're going to DeWitt, Michigan. And of course, we just added a Grand Rapids, Michigan. So go to RyanO'Flanagan.com. Communication has been very bad, pretty bad with a lot of these shows. I feel like none of them are going to go well. So please come out. I reached out to so many goddamn places to try to get this run of shows to get a little bit bigger, and it's just not. But that's okay. So might not make a lot of money, but as long as I make some memories and I see some of you, would love to see you out on the road. And thank you for listening to episode 51 of Laser Show. Hope that was some fun little tales. Wish me luck in trivia tonight. In conclusion, I want to let you know that last time me and the boys did trivia, they really hated the trivia host really hated our name. It was when the Artemis II, it was when the astronauts of the Artemis II were still in the sky, and we did the Gastronauts of the Fartimus Poo, and not a hit, not a big hit. The trivia host said, "Okay, this next team, I gotta say, they should win an award for the worst team name I have ever heard in all my years doing trivia." And then afterwards, we were like, "Yeah, sorry you didn't like the name. We thought it was funny." She goes, "Yeah, I didn't get it." I go, "Oh, well, that's a different thing then. You didn't get it. Is it perhaps because you're a woman?" I didn't get it, and then when I got it, it's just like potty humor. Okay. What about that other team, the Gapes of Ass? How about the Gapes of Ass? That's not... Ours has fart and poo. Yours has the red inside of an anus online that you can't even look at. Oh, by the way, I did just watch One Man, One Jar. If you don't know One Man, One Jar, similar vein, gore, dark web video, similar vein to like Two Girls, One Cup back in the day. And I highly, highly recommend it. It's really good stuff. It's a man who sits on a jar, like a pickle jar or a mason jar, and he gets it all the way in his ass. And a couple friends had told me about this, about how shocking and horrible it was. And of course, when I hear that, I want to see what all the fuss is about. And they say it's gnarly, it's very gnarly, and don't watch it. And then, of course, what happens is he stands up and the jar breaks. Unexpectedly, the jar breaks in his ass, and it's just this pretty gross video of, then there's like a lot of blood, and he's got to pull the glass out. I really highly recommend it. What's most shocking about this video to me is that they had told me all that, and you might think, Ryan, why would you want to watch that after being told about that? Because I just want to. Because no one's gonna die. I don't like watching those. You got those beheading videos from the Taliban. I don't want to see that. That would make me really sad. This, I'm scientifically interested, medically, biologically interested in what that whole process entails of an entire pickle jar breaking in an ass. And what do they mean it breaks in his ass? What does that look like? What does it sound like? It's exactly what you would think. It breaks in his ass. And he is completely, and they never show his face. What is most shocking to me is that there's a jar on the ground. It opens up with a jar on the floor in a kitchen. And then two bare feet step into view. And then his body is lowered down onto the jar and just like sits on the jar until it goes in his ass. And if you're picturing this right now, you might be picturing it wrong, as I was when I was told about it, because much to my chagrin, this all happens with the front of his body facing the camera, not the back. Really was not expecting that. I was expecting an ass to be lowered into view and then sit on the jar. It's not. It's a penis and balls being lowered into the camera, into view. And so the whole time that this man is sitting on the jar and getting it all the way in his ass, it's insane, because a jar is not a conical shape. You're starting off with the maximum width of the thing. So that's pretty jarring, if you will. Pun intended. But the whole time he's doing that, his penis and balls, which are pretty gross, are just looking you right in the eye. One eye to your two eyes, just staring at you, mocking you. Looking at you going, what's going on behind me? What's going on behind me? And then it breaks, and he is able to maintain. He never makes a noise. You can see his body kind of jolt a little bit like, oh no. And he stays calm. And he gets all the glass out of his ass. And I did some research, and he never even went to the hospital. He, in fact, went straight from, it says 20 minutes later, he went to work. Folks, we have got to do something about work culture and never being able to call out and not getting enough sick days, not getting enough glass in the ass days. Next time you are applying for a job, make sure before you sign on, they allow you at least 1 day, not per year, I would say it would only take 1 day of your life that you are allowed to not come in because a pickle jar exploded in your ass and you're bleeding internally and you had to pull it all out. But that was episode 51 of The Laser Show. I appreciate all of you. Do let me know if you made it to the Elk. And of course, pump up the volume and dance.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
Frío, ya. Frío, ya. Frío, ya. Frío, ya.